Architects have been drawn to the city for centuries, and when we think of Rome, we might immediately think of places like the Colosseum or the Pantheon, the Forum. But what a lot of people don't realize, I think, is that Rome also has great contemporary and modern architecture. So Zaha Hadid, for example, just built a new museum of contemporary art there. Renzo Piano designed the auditorium. Massimiliano Fuxas is working right now on a Congress hall on the edge of Rome. So for students, they have everything from the ancient to the modern to go and explore. And there's really no other city in the world that has a historical cross-section of really great works of architecture from every period in history since ancient times.
Whatever you do, make it possible to go on a trip like this.
So taking on those loans, it may be sort of daunting on someone if they're getting in a lot of debt in the process, but the benefits versus the costs, you know, the benefits outweigh it.
We also got an airfare scholarship as well. So, I mean, the student loans was a bit of a process to go through, but in my opinion, it was well worth it.
One of the things that you learn whenever you get there, it's like you sort of leave all your social distinctions that you had in the United States and lose those somewhere in the 10-hour flight. And when you land, you're just 10 Americans that are armed with only a couple of words of Italian and your wits, and you really learn to rely upon each other.
In these experiences, you go so close together because that's your group of people, that's who you have a common background with, and you just see another side of them, so you get to know each other a lot quicker than you would here.
We actually went there, we get to know how talented they are.
Well, I think that before the trip, I had sort of a mentality of where I could travel within, this mentality. My world is Oklahoma, and then it went from Oklahoma to United States to United States to anywhere in the world.
The world got narrower, but it also opened up a ton of opportunities that I think I can go anywhere, not just to Texas or stay in Oklahoma.
It kind of pushes you forward, I think, quite a bit, and it kind of changes your mentality to where I feel like now I can literally take on the world.
We became part of Rome itself. We became part of that culture. We were no longer from the US, I feel like. We actually got the experience of being Roman, I would say.
So just seeing the way these people live their lives with the backdrop of the architecture that they have all around them, history, and so many thousands of years of culture, it really helped me to see the way architecture influences lives and the way lives influence architecture.
It's really important for students to study abroad so that they get out of Oklahoma and they learn to live differently than they do here. So in terms of going to Rome, one of the important things is learning to walk, learning to live in a metropolis of nearly 4 million people, which is about the size of the population of Oklahoma, all in one city. And understanding what that feels like, what it is to take the bus or walk every day to get where you need to go. And for architecture students who tend to be workaholics, I think it's also really important to learn from the Romans how to live well.
To live in such an amazing city like that, it makes me want to share the experience with everyone else, but not only by inviting them to Rome, but to help create great cities.
It definitely opened my eyes. I've traveled before, but this is different, living in the culture so closely for 4 months. I think you have a different view on the people around you. You're more open to the way they live their lives.
I can survive in Rome, why couldn't I survive somewhere else in the United States? It just gives you a huge confidence boost to know that you're able to go overseas to survive and to thrive.
Historical In treno, in aereo, a casa.
Andateli giù, dai che
This is some rhythm.
Oh, there he is, the big bully.
Everybody get your picture.
Your video.
Look at the species of the canine.
No.
Where Prussia got its like.
The two Paris Award.
Man of many talents. Like, ball, they can pasta.